Chris Foiles, the man accused of ending his girlfriend Megan Stedman after her disappearance from Bozeman area in December 2023, pled not guilty to all charges in Gallatin County District Court on Thursday, April 4th of 2024. Foiles initially faced charges in Idaho Falls, Idaho, after law enforcement located him there with Stedman's body in their RV. He was extradited back to Montana after further investigation revealed Stedman was likely deceased before Foiles fled the state. It was reported that Foiles was located in the RV while it was parked at a Walmart in Idaho Falls on January 12th of 2024. When local police made contact with him, he allegedly came out and stated, "I am Chris Foiles. I ended my girlfriend. She is in the RV." Later, police found Stedman's remains inside and placed Foiles under arrest. In March 2024, prosecuting attorney Randy Neal out of Bonneville County, Idaho, stated in a joint statement with Gallatin County Attorney Audrey Cromwell, quote, "Additional video evidence and a recent admission from Mr. Foiles now indicates that the homicide actually occurred earlier and in a different place than he initially stated." According to Cromwell, the Gallatin County Attorney's Office filed charges against Foiles on Friday, March 1st. Foiles was arraigned in Gallatin County Justice Court on March 14th. He is charged with deliberate homicide, identity theft, tampering with evidence, violating a no-contact order, and obstruction of peace. He additionally faces a charge of aggravated animal cruelty for allegedly taking out Stedman's dog. Foiles remains in custody at Gallatin County Detention Center, where he will remain in custody without bail as his trial proceeds. His next court date is scheduled for June 27th of 2024. In another article, they also stated that Foiles reportedly told police that he had injured Stedman after the couple had gotten into an argument on December 22nd. He stated that he was fearful of Stedman going to police and obtaining a no-contact order against him. So I just want to state that my condolences to the family of Miss Stedman. Again, things like this should not take place. They shouldn't happen. But far too often, this seems to be a common occurrence that is taking place. It seems to be a trend, or a trend that is gaining popularity for whatever reason. I want to note that this is me doing these videos is not me trying to, get those black women back over to this side. No. This is just me doing this video to try to bring awareness directly about the situation that is taking place. Because I don't want it to be at a point where people are stating that, oh, nobody cares what black women is going through, or nobody's highlighting these stories. No, people are highlighting the stories. It's just not the people that you want to specifically highlight the stories. And it's not the people that you specifically want to hear directly from. Because as I stated before, whenever it is that people tend to have these preferences, there's never any warnings, any type of red flags. People just make it seem like, oh, it's just peachy keen, it's American pie, it's cheesecake and whatever. And they think that, hey, the moment of time that they move over there and they ignore whatever else is going on, that whatever has been happening is not going to happen to them. Or if it does happen by way of a preference, then they're going to be the black woman that it's not going to happen to because they're smarter than the average black woman. And then lo and behold, things like this take place. And we keep having to put these stories out here. We keep having to list these examples to let people know, like, hey, it's dangerous out here. If you think that just one group don't care about you, you might want to sit up there and look and check again, because this is happening more and more and more and more. It's just the fact that people don't want to pay attention to it. And again, the moment in time that you do bring attention specifically to this, then people want to start going into these other types of stats, and you want to start bringing up all of these numbers in order to get away what the focus on the topic actually is. And 9 times out of 10, I'm going to reiterate to a lot of women out there, whenever you start to see women doing this, they're telling you that they don't specifically care what happens to black women, as long as it does not happen by way of black men. If black men have something to do with it, all right, they care. They're going to sit up and bring it up. They're going to talk about it. They're going to get your numbers. If it's anybody else out there, any other man of any other nationality or religion that decides to do this, then it's like, oh, it's sad that happened, but let's move on. Because as a black man, that's what I'm looking at every single time when I'm, let's say, on Twitter. Twitter is live all the time, 24/7, 365 days of the year. And I can see these stories get posted. And guess what? I don't see fields of black women doing think pieces or theses directly on this, on these topics, trying to figure out the when, why, where, and the who. They're not doing that. They're not doing all of the detective research and the FBI studies. But when it deals with somebody such as, let's say, like a Chris Brown or something, magically you got fields of black women out there who are now scientists, they're FBI agents, they're ex-cops that have been working on the crime scene for 30 years, and they specifically know. But magically, when it's a preference, oh, they're just Lois Lane out here. They don't know what's going on. They're helpless. Their wrists are broken, snapped. Brains not working. Hamster fell directly off the wheel. So when you're supposed to have a black woman out there waving the red flag, like, hey, warning, 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 this is what could potentially happen, you don't have that because magically nobody wants to take up that job. The only time you happen to see somebody take up that job is when it's a black man. And it could be a black man that didn't have nothing to do with nothing. But automatically the black man is like, oh, he's evil, he's this, he's that. But yet you got every other dude of every ethnicity sitting up there beating you down and kicking your ass. And I'm like, how? Like, how does that work? Like I said before, it's a travesty. It's bad that happened. But the only thing that you can do from this standpoint is use this as an example, and hope that whatever you can find directly from whatever articles are written about this situation and the many others that have happened this year, that people will start writing down some red flags, and hopefully the women out there will start navigating better, so that this will start to happen less and less. But as I stated to a lot of them before, like, yo, this is why people need to learn self-defense and, get their license to carry and yada, yada, yada. But again, like I said before, I can preach this for several years. I can preach it for 100 years. It doesn't mean that people won't listen. So, all I know is that, again, within the coming months, the coming weeks, we're going to hear another story just like this. And it's going to be somebody's daughter. It's going to be somebody's aunt, somebody's sister. It's going to be somebody's mother. It's going to happen again and again and again and again and again. But I guess it's not to epidemic portions. I guess it's not happening enough for, those out there to really have it register that they need to actually do something, actually say something, and try to focus the narrative in order to better the survival of their clan, their flock directly out there. Hopefully, someday people will learn. If they really, actually love and value their life like they say they do, people will learn.